Tool drills, £99, £249. We've got us two brands. They just happen to be Makita and Bosch. The cheaper version is the Bosch one, the more expensive is the Makita one. But that doesn't mean to say that you can get a cheaper version of Makita and you can get a more expensive version of Bosch. It depends what you particularly want and what we have in centre. In the centre we have this one for screwdrivers. In the centre we have this one because that's what we use for drilling holes in walls and wood, and it's used a little bit more frequently than that one. But you can still use that one as a drill. It will work perfectly well as a drill. As you can see, I've got a masonry drill bit in this one. Personally, I've used this on concrete floors, worked perfectly. That one, I screwed the screws in after I drilled with that one. As you can see, it's got a single 18-volt battery. This one is a lot bigger battery, so it's got a little bit more oomph and it will last a lot longer on that one. When you buy them, they will both come with two sets of batteries. Both have got battery indicators on the back. You push a little button, the little lights, that's fully charged up. And on this one, again, press it, and you've got green lights on this one. They've both got torque settings on the top. Screws, if you're screwing a screw in and you've got it on number 10, as soon as they get to the tightness that you want it to do, it will stop. It won't drill any further. Same with this one. Set it on a lower one. As soon as it gets to a certain tightness, it stops moving altogether. You've got another setting on the top again for drills. They're both exactly the same. I'll just show you on this one. That's for drills, and this particular model and that model, they've both got hammer action. So if you've got your drill and you're drilling through a breeze block ball and you hit something really hard at the back and it's difficult to get through, you can always put it on hammer action. That only does it drill round, but it also has a thumping action, a bit like hitting a wall with your drill, so you don't hurt yourself, and it will make it a lot easier to get through your wall. That's an ordinary one. That's a 20th century motor inside. This one's a 21st century motor. It's got a brushless motor inside, so they will last longer, and it's got less wear and tear on the insides of the drill. They've got forward and reverse settings on both drills, so if you're drilling in and you get stuck, you can bob it into reverse just by pushing the trigger backwards and forwards. On there, they're both exactly the same action on there. This one has got a lovely little light. Personally, find it annoying because when you get up to it, you can't see what you're drilling because the light is casting a shadow onto where you're going. Personally, I would use this one and buy it because it feels better. As a tradesperson, it's got a belt loop, so you can put it on your belt loop like that, and you can walk around. If you're screwing screws in, this one hasn't got a belt loop, so you're having to carry it, or you'd need a tool belt to put it in. This one, you don't need a tool belt, they've got one built in. Probably a better bargain buy. This is the basement bargain buy. The cheaper ones will get you through depending on what you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to use it as a screwdriver and general maintenance, as a DIY person, quite useful. If you're semi-DIY, I would tell you to go for the Makita, which is a little bit more expensive, but it will last you a lot longer. Right, enough about this talk about what we could do. Let's get on. We'll drill a couple of holes using both drills. First, PPE. If you've ever drilled a hole and you've had a blowback and you haven't had goggles on, 4 hours in A&E. Not very good when they put purple dye in your eye and you can't drive home. So always wear the appropriate shades and defenders, ear defenders. Let's go. Start off with the Bosch. All we're going to do is drill a hole ready for a raw plug. Pretend you're going to hang a mirror in your house. If you haven't got a Henry, your ordinary hoover will do with the hose. Switch it on when you're going to drill the wall, put that underneath with it on, and it will catch all the dust and it saves it going everywhere in your house, and you haven't got as much to clean up after. turn your drill to the hammer setting. Again, in, and you'll be able to hear it a lot better. Change your speed if needs be. Just for your reference, we had this particular drill on hammer on speed 2. Just to give you the comparison, we're going to use a Makita on hammer action on speed 1. Speed 1, hammer action, pulling a little bit. Going to use the Makita drill, hammer action, speed 2 setting straight away. That felt a lot smoother. The difference from my point of view is that seemed to be towing a little. I've used drills for in excess of 40 years. That was towing a little bit. That one seemed to be a lot easier, and it seemed to have a lot more power behind it, a little bit more oomph. Felt more comfortable in drilling that one than I did with that particular one. That might just be the battery size. The drill sizes are very, very similar, so I can't discount that. But I think it's down to the power that's available in the battery. Right, hope you enjoyed that little practical one. As you can see from the demonstration, the smaller battery didn't seem to have as much power when you're drilling holes in walls, whereas the larger one, the little bit more expensive one, seemed to go through on the walls a lot easier. So hopefully by the end of the videos you'll be able to make an informed choice as to which battery and which drill to get. The more expensive one would be better for the more enthusiastic DIY person. Right, thanks for watching. If you want to hit the like button at the bottom at the end of the video, it will also send a little blip to my boss to tell him how good I've been, which my name's Kev. If you haven't enjoyed it, don't click it for God's sake, and it'll have been David that did it.